is Mental Health Awareness Week this week, and perfect timing to bring someone in from a brand new charity that's just started up called Wood for the Trees. Baz, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
Good to see you, Peter. Baz is a very good friend of mine. We went to school together, and earlier this year, a good friend of ours took his own life, and it just rattled us as a group of friends, and Baz has decided to start this charity to turn a horrible situation and try and get some good out of it, I guess, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, I suppose sometimes you realise, you wake up and have that epiphany of your purpose, and this was kind of one of those moments, and, we had that discussion, I think, post Timmy, what you were going to do on the telly show, and I know that became quite a big deal, and well, maybe in my little world sort of busted the top off kind of, awareness for mental health, and so, you can either sit back and go, oh shit, or you can carry on and try and do something about it, which is really what we've tried to do.
Yeah, no, it was good, because literally the night before Tim's funeral, which was on the same day we were doing the telly show, Baz and me had a very serious conversation. Baz was like, you're in a powerful position. All of us are in the media,
Yeah.
To be able to say something and change, well, not change lives, but get messages across.
Well, talk about it, though, the big step, and what you said, like, as John said, really resonated with a lot of people, and like made the conversation okay to start talking about. So what you're doing here is amazing, just taking that on, Baz.
Yeah, and I remember saying to John, I said, oh, so what are you going to do? I said, how's it all feeling at the moment? And I think he said, oh, it's a bit trivial at the moment to try and be funny. And I said, so how are you going to get on telly tomorrow night and, be the Joker? And he said, oh, yeah, and he rang the next day, was at the funeral, he said to me, oh, I've got a slot at the end of the telly show. And I said, oh, what are you going to do? And you're like, I don't know. And then he turned up at the aftermatch and came and I said, how'd you go? And he goes, oh, I just cried on national telly. And I said, perfect.
But I think that was the thing, though, is that like Timmy was an incredible person, and the good thing was, I remember when being at the wake with you guys and Jono leaving to do the TV show, we were like, why is he doing that? And I think that the way that you did it was perfect, because it was like an organic way of the way that you felt. But the fact that you guys have now, as a group of friends, got together and done something like this means that it wasn't like all for nothing. So I think you guys should be really, really proud of that, because I know how hard it is for you guys. But one thing that I found really amazing, I'll never forget something that you said, Baz, and hopefully you can explain it better than I can recite it, was I remember you saying to my husband Bryce about describing mental illness in the way of a computer.
Oh, that same night I was obviously on a bit of a crusade to help, and I'm glad it's turned into something. It wasn't just, a few beers talking. I said to Bryce, I was like, I think, that mental health thing, and thinking of Timmy and another good friend that's done it, it's, the virus gets into a computer and file by file, it starts to sort of eat away of it until the point that the whole hard drive don't work no more, so... that was, I think, sort of along those lines of what I said to Bryce.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good way of looking at it, because if you haven't experienced it as a person and you've just heard about it, that's a kind of really good way to look at it with the human brain.
And hey, I'm no expert, I'm just one of the people that's many people that have been affected, and I'm just out trying to create some more awareness alongside the people I'm involved with to do it.
So what does the charity hope to do? Like, what are you...
Yeah, so Wood for the Trees, so the whole idea of the Wood for the Trees, it's people that are poring over the little details without seeing the bigger picture, which to us kind of gave a really good explanation of what a broad brush mental health is all about. So the whole thing's focused on people that are seeing the Wood for the Trees, trying to reach out to others that aren't. I know there's been lots of really good messaging on that recently. So we thought, well, let's try and make it sort of have a good look and feel. We're selling a whole lot of merch, which online, which all profits go to Wood for the Trees. And then what we're doing as a committee is we're getting together sort of, 4 times a year, and we're making donations to sort of grassroots mental health things. So it's kind of ideally nothing to do with government things. It's all local, so it might be the Opotiki Community Hall and something they're doing. So trying to really sort of get it in, give money to where it actually makes a difference to people.
Cool. So you fundraise and then you'll distribute out the cash to the organisations.
So we've set up through Wolfpack Incorporated. We've got a Class 3 gaming licence. Gareth Williams, who I'm involved with, was a good mate of Timmy's as well. He's at Auckland Harley Davidson, so we're raffling off Harley. So you can buy tickets for $50, 1 in 500 chance to win a Harley. So they can be purchased from Auckland Harley North Shore and Auckland Harley Mount Wellington, plus at Boxing Alley. And then Mike and Dan from Boxing Alley have got on board as well, and they're part of our committee, and they're got fighters fighting for the cause. So there's lots of people sort of doing these charity events, but it's actually sort of giving it another platform for people to raise some money and give something back.
Awesome. Oh, good on you, mate. Bloody good on you for doing this, Baz.
JP, no drama, mate.
Yeah. So, and if people want to go and visit the website, where's that, bud?
Follow us on Facebook. So you Wood for the Trees. You'll find us on there. Also, the websites are www.woodforthetrees.nz. So yeah, jump on there. You can make donations. Please buy some merchandise. It's we think we've come up with something that sort of is wearable outside.
Yeah,
cool.
Just Flexi Fit hat. Yeah,
hats and jerseys and all the rest of it, and 100% all the profits. All the people on the committee working free of charge, and we're just doing it to give back. So if we can use our contacts and make it go a bit further, then hopefully we can make a bit of a difference and prevent other people going through the same bad times that we have.
I think you guys should be incredibly proud of yourselves. Honestly, I think this is a really, really cool thing, and everybody should go like the Facebook page, get on there and help out, because you could save somebody's life, and it's only going to cost you $50 or whatever. So
yeah, and the other thing, I just jump in, Sharon.
No, you're right.
Here's my moment. Is just go out of your way. I mean, I think back to the process of what happened or how we went through it, and all the hindsight's wonderful. We all could have been way better. But just ask the hard questions. I mean, we sort of put a thing out today, like catch up for a beer. But I think females are great at doing it. They catch up and kind of get straight to the root cause of the issue or what's going on. Guys talk about all the periphery, nice to have. Oh, how's this and how's that, without really going, how
feelings.
Are you? It's sort of that blokey thing. It almost takes a dozen beers to get to the hard discussion, but try and hit it up front and see what you get. And you guys will know when your mates aren't running right, and when you should ask that tough question.
And sometimes you do have that tough conversation, and you feel like you shouldn't tell anyone else because you're kind of breaking their privacy, but you totally should just talk about it. So everyone's aware, everyone's on the same page, and hopefully you can all collectively help that person.
Yeah, and it feels to me like in New Zealand there's been a real suffering and silence type attitude towards mental health, and that's kind of what I saw with Timmy, and even 15 years ago another mate of mine did it, and that was before it was even a thing, that was like, oh, you're depressed, it's hard enough, you just
right.
But yeah, I think suffering and silence is a big part of, I think, the challenge. So people that have seen the Wood for the Trees should reach out and know what's going on with their friends and be aware of it and go in front-footed, as opposed to sit back waiting for the phone to ring, because I can tell you the person that's sad, upset,
it's not going to ring you.
Ain't going to ring you.
No, and that's the thing. And it may feel awkward for you to bring up that topic of conversation, but once you get the words out, it's fine. And the conversation flows.
And since I've been advocating for it on the shoes on the other foot, quite a few people have done it to me, and it's almost like, I'm fine, but it's almost a hard question to get back the other way.
Right,
so you put yourself in that position. I know, how are you really feeling? I'm good.
I'm really, really good.
It's like the amount of people who are asking me how I'm feeling now.
No, but it is a very, very important thing to do, and I think in New Zealand it's been illegal or whatever to talk about it within the media, and I just think kind of F that law, we need to be talking about it. So the more we talk about it, the more common it is, and the more often people are going to ask for help. So the fact that you guys are doing something like this is really, really cool.
Yeah, go and have a look at Wood for the Trees.
Yeah, and thanks for having me on, guys. It's bloody great. It helps get the message out there, so it's all for the cause. Cheers.